Welcome. Join me as I explore and camp through northern Namibia. My favorite country in Africa, it's full of beautiful landscapes, incredible wildlife, and interesting people. As you watch me leaving camp here, I'll let you know this video is going to contain a lot of slow-paced animal viewing. That's the beauty of Etosha versus other parks like the Serengeti. In Etosha, you can drive yourself without a guide. This way you can take as much time as you want viewing the wildlife. I like to sit for long enough at the watering holes that the animals don't really notice my presence anymore and I can observe them, acting as naturally as possible. So this may be a slow-paced episode, but it's pretty representative of the pace of day I had at Etosha.
Alright, I just packed up and left my campsite here at Holy Factors. Nice morning. It actually got really cold last night, and I guess really cold is a relative term, which is what I was outfitted for. It was definitely a cold night, not real good sleep. This morning I went out to the blind and looked for some animals. Saw one little jackal came in. That's about it. But other than that, it's a beautiful day, and headed off to the Namibia campsite next. It's very far into the park. So I'll spend the whole day kind of going from one end of the park all the way to the other, stop with all the water holes along the way. So hopefully we'll see something good.
Giraffe to come over here into the watering hole. When I was leaving, I saw him way off in the distance, so I came back to the watering hole, got position, and I've been waiting his arrival. I'm amazed to see giraffes in Etosha here where all the vegetation is so short. Usually when I've seen them before, they've been places where vegetation is tall and only they can get to it. Alright, I'm going to assume this is a he at this point, because a lot of the other giraffes I've seen walking around have young with them, and they're acting kind of in a maternal nature, and this one's all on his own. Alright, I'm here at this watering hole waiting on the giraffe. This oryx came in with, looks like a young oryx, which I've never seen a young one. I've really, kind of oddly, I've only ever seen full-grown mature oryx. Both the first time I was here in Namibia and this time, so that's a first for me to see a youngster. Looks like the zebras have moved out of the way of the kudu. Alright, he's thinking about it. There we go. That's it. Meanwhile, we have a hartebeest coming in. And behind him over on the other side of the car is about 3 more hartebeest, and they're young. On the road in between a couple watering holes here, came across a little group of elephants. Seem to have hit the mother lode of watering holes. Alright, so still here in Etosha National Park, driving along underneath a bush alongside the road. Got 4 lions. Just taking a nap. After spending as much time as I could watching the lions, I had to head down the road. I had a lot of ground to cover to make it all the way to Numatoni by nightfall. But things just kept popping up. So we got a little bit of a traffic jam here. We got these guys crossing the road. So we will wait. Alright, we have an extremely rare daytime spotting of a rhino. He is a ways away. You may not be able to hear the excitement in my voice, but this really is special. I didn't come to Etosha with the expectation of seeing any rhino, and now I'd seen 2.
This definitely seemed like the most special experience, but little did I know what I'd see the next day. This is a watering hole at the Halali camping area. It's kind of in the middle of the park. It's one of the areas where you enter into the gates and then you can get out of your car. They have this overlook set up right above one of the watering holes so you can get out and walk around and see the animals coming. Sadly, when I got there, there weren't any animals, but that did change pretty quickly. That is the Etosha Pan. Covers about 110 kilometers at its widest point. From my understanding, the Pan is a low area in the park. During the rainy season, this is where all the water runs to, and usually it's underwater. When the dry season comes, all the water evaporates and it leaves this flat mud area. You may recognize it from the map in the last episode. There's a lion in that grass right there. If he moves, you'll be able to see him. He's got a fresh kill or something in there, it looks like. Alright, I had to move around a little bit, but that lion has emerged from the grass. Now she's just sitting. Looks like there's a second lion laying down. After this full day of animal viewing, I'd finally made it to Numatoni, where I'd be staying for the night. This is one of the nicer and larger campgrounds here in the park, and like the others, it has a watering hole adjacent to it. So you can walk over to the edge of the fenced area and see what's happening in the evenings.